We'll be exploring a still life with fruit. We'll be focusing on emphasis as well as variety. We will continue with our Zentangle. Pull out your packet and you will see a variety of bowls where you need to select the bowl you would like to use for your still life. Once you make that selection, you can start practicing at the bottom of that page. Please note how the pencil is not held in an upright position when trying to add value, rather it's at an angle to achieve more value. Turn to the second page in your packet and you'll be able to see visual examples of fruit arrangements. Select a fruit arrangement that you like and practice drawing in the space below. Again, practice drawing lightly with your pencil. When you're done drawing the fruit, don't forget to add the drawing of a bowl right below it. Now it's time to add some color. Pull out your markers and we'll use those as the base color, mostly your warm palette, red, orange, and yellow, and occasionally some greens and purples for some additional highlights. Now it's time to pull out those colored pencils for the second layer of coloring. You're going to be using, again, mostly your warm palette, red, orange, and yellows, but you're going to need to pull in some purples as well and greens as well. For some of our fruits, we'll have those colors in there naturally. All of your fruits should have color added to them. Now you get to take crayons and add additional accent color to each fruit, as well as go back in with your colored pencil and add any additional color where you see or deem necessary. Now it's time to color in your fruit bowl. Using your cool colors, pull out your markers, start coloring that in first with the cool colors, then pull out the colored pencils and practice coloring those in with the cool colors, and lastly your crayon for your highlights. When your practice sheet is complete, please go show your teacher so that you can receive the paper for your final project, and you'll repeat these steps again onto your final paper. When drawing your bowl, again, it needs to be 4 inches or larger. You can use your fist, which should be about an indication of 4 inches. It could be 4 inches in height or 4 inches in width. Feel free to measure with a ruler if you would like. Now it's time to start drawing the fruit into your bowl. You can copy or repeat what you did in your practice packet, or refer to the visual examples in your practice sheet and create or draw a new arrangement if you would like. Now it's time to add color to your final project. The fruit should consist mostly of the warm colors. The bowl should consist mostly of cool colors. Using markers first for your base coat. Once you're done with the markers, you can go in and add color with your colored pencils. When working with your colored pencils, that should color in almost the entire fruit in its entirety. Please note my color palette consists mostly of warm colors, but things like your bananas, your green apples, and your pears are going to have to pull in some of the cool colors like your greens. Not only that, the grapes will pull in some purples, which again are your cool colors. So I know you will have to use some cool colors, but for the most part, the color palette will be that of warm colors. The last step to adding color is using the crayon. You might note I'm going to be using a brown colored pencil to add stems or the tops to some of the fruits. Now I'm going to be adding color to the bowl. I'm going to be sticking with a palette that's that of a cool palette. I used the markers first, then I'm going to be adding cool colors with colored pencils to color it in, and then the last addition will be that with the crayons. Now the still life drawing is complete. With the warm colors at the top and the cool colors at the bottom, it helps to create emphasis. Now it's time to get ready for Zentangles again. I know it's something we've practiced, but pull out your packet and you're gonna go into your packet and just create a few practice Zentangles. You can use the pencil first, then go over it with the ultra fine Sharpie, or if you're confident with your Zentangles, go straight to the ultra fine Sharpie and practice creating some Zentangles. Remember, when working on Zentangles, use a variety of lines and use a variety of shapes, and you can also use your black Sharpie to color in some sections to create more variety and complete your Zentangle. When you are done with your Zentangle practice sheet, pull out your final project to draw a horizontal line. The line will represent the surface as well as a division between the background. The space above your horizontal line will need to be divided into various sections, 8 or more sections for sure. Drawing lines that are in diagonals, curving, flowing lines, lines that go in different directions, but at least you will have created 8 or more sections so that you can draw Zentangles within those various spaces. Once you are done dividing it into the various sections, you can go in with your pencil and start practicing with some of your Zentangles. Refer to your packet where you've created some sample ones as well. Don't forget to look to the person to the left or to the right of you to gain additional ideas. Otherwise, ask for suggestions from classmates too. As you begin working on the next section for creating a new Zentangle, ask yourself, how can I create that next section where it's different from the neighboring section? How can I challenge myself as an artist working with lines, working with shapes, and adding the color of black to really make my Zentangle unique, different? Here's your opportunity to challenge yourself when creating your Zentangles, as well as having fun. Again, start with a pencil if you're comfortable with that first, then go over it with the Sharpie. Don't forget to erase your pencil markings as you go too. Just when you think you're done with that Zentangle, take a look at it and ask yourself, what else could I add to it? Onto the home stretch. Finish strong. Keep challenging yourself to achieve variety when creating your Zentangle. Now it's time to work with the surface area. Draw horizontal lines to mimic that of the initial horizontal line you drew at the beginning. Go in and again draw additional horizontal lines and add Zentangles within there. Again, finish strong, take your time, do not rush, you're almost done. Great job with your project, which incorporated a still life with emphasis as well as variety using Zentangles.